Ruth gave me a blank check.
Okay.
And a blank check said it's fine, we can go and marry another woman.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not.
Why? Because of this?
Yes,
Because
because of this.
because
In as much as he had to reassure me many times that
it's
I
okay.
did not marry you for kids. But part of me sat with so much guilt and shame. I think that the most scary thing would be to see her being resuscitated many, many times and you're like,
Welcome to it. This is another episode of Love, Marriage, and Family Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you're at home. I hear that there are people who are listening to us and, while driving, or watching us, sorry, not listening, while driving.
actually.
While driving and stuff like that. So if you're in a car, be safe.
You better be safe.
Be safe.
Because we are
all.
not responsible for anything that happens.
Don't come for any damages and claims and stuff like that. My name is Mo, and of course, I'm with Pindi in this lovely episode.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for really your dedication to our channel.
Yeah.
We see those comments, we see those shares, we see those subscriptions. Keep on subscribing. And yes, we're excited about this yet another exciting episode on Love, Marriage, and Family Podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to allow our guests to introduce themselves because we don't want to leave anything out, right? So we're going to go through to our guests. Please, may you introduce yourselves to our lovely subscribers.
thank you so much. I was more with you more and I was Pindi. We're truly honored, firstly, to be here
Yes.
in your podcast. It's exciting, and I think it's always exciting to be in the space where we are actually building marriages, building families, and I think it's a passion of ours. So it's quite an honor for us to be here. So
Awesome.
for introductions,
Oh, yes.
should I introduce you? Can you introduce me?
Yeah,
No,
I
but
think
maybe okay, let me introduce myself. So my name is Ruth. My surname is Moloi. From Nyandu to Moloi.
Oh, yes.
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 From Enkandla.
Yeah. You know. You said that right.
Got that right.
Kwakwa Enkandla.
Yo, two worlds.
Yeah.
But that's the power of love. Actually, love actually brings people from different spaces and to be together. So my name is Ruth. My surname is Moloi, and I am first a wife to this very wonderful man, and then I am a mother of 3. So there's different roles that I actually play as a person, and one of them is my background in psychology. I am a counselor, registered with the Association of Counselors and Holistic Practitioners, and I am in private practice. I offer counseling services. And I think, but the most important role that I play, that I love the most, is being a wife and being a mom. And I think those are 2 beautiful roles that I hold so much dearly to my heart. Yeah.
Awesome.
thank you. That's a beautiful introduction.
Yeah.
So I was listening, I'm like, oh wow.
That's my wife right
That's my
there.
wife right there, you know. So my name is Modise. I'm married to this beautiful woman I love so dearly. And we've been married for 12 years.
Yeah.
And it's been a beautiful journey over this past 12 years. We call it the journey of love and grace. And the Lord has really kept us over these 12 years. And I am a firstborn son of my late dad and my mom. And I lost my brother about 2 years ago. And there's a background where I'm coming from. And I am a pastor. I'm one of the in-house pastors at Charisma Life Tabernacle. And I am a strategist by profession.
Yeah.
And I am a life coach. I've been trained
LOVE.
as a coach.
A love coach.
LOVE. A life coach or a life
Life. Both, yeah. Both, okay, you know. So I'm a life coach, and I do offer also relationship coaching.
Okay.
And I offer relationship coaching together with my wife. The beautiful thing that we bring together is that she brings in the psychology space and the psychology background, and I bring in the coaching space and the coaching dynamics into the conversation. and it becomes a beautiful conversation because we come from different thinking, mindsets, and dynamics when we look at matters. So we then provide a holistic support to people, and other people would love to have conversations with us, with both of us. But some will prefer to just have a conversation with Ruth, and we are comfortable with that because we then allow people to invite us into their space. So that's basically what I do, and I'm glad to be here. And thank you so much for hosting us.
Yeah.
Awesome. You didn't tell us where you are from.
Tabanatswana, Yes,
Okay.
I am from the Free State, and I was born, raised there, started studying there at my university education, and I moved to Limpopo. I went to Polokwane to study at Teflop, and after that, I did my junior degree as well as my postgraduate. And my recent postgraduate degree is with Gordon Institute of Business Science, which is a master's of business specializing in corporate strategy. Yeah.
Very busy life. How do you meet Ruth?
How does it happen? Yeah, exactly. How does it happen? Because I mean, you're from Nkandla, like right in the heart of KwaZulu Natal, where later moved to Mpumalanga province.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, at what point do you guys meet?
Sure.
At what point?
Where?
Where? You wanna
In all of this.
In all of this journey, you know, from Gofreystad to Teflop, and
You know?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Actually, we met in Pretoria because that's where I was studying, and that's where my husband was working. And thank God that he's not in the same place where he was working, because this was going to be conflict of interest. Because actually, I met him at his workplace.
Okay. His workplace.
Yeah,
You were a student.
No, I was already working then.
Okay.
And so I went to his workplace because I was planning a strategy to actually leave work and start business.
Okay.
So this was me going to his workplace. He was working at the DTI then.
Yeah.
And so I was just going there to collect information. I see he wants to laugh.
And you collected more than information.
Yeah, you collected the person.
I was just there
You are good, Ruth. You are very good.
she came at the field of Boas.
She was collecting. Yeah.
I was just there to gather information to start my business, and little did I know. And in fact, it irritated me because I was just speaking to this guy who was just staring at me. Like,
How do you not stare, Sis Pindi, when you see
I
such a
don't blame
beautiful
you.
woman?
and I'm like,
I want information.
Yes, I need to register a company. I need this and that and that and that. And the guy is just staring at me.
Oh, wow.
You know, staring at me and not saying anything. And I think after an hour, I really got to be irritated. I left, and thank you so very much. And then we exchanged numbers. And I think, and little did I know that I was a friend to his friend. We had a mutual friend.
Okay.
And I think when he found that out, he actually wanted now to know,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
But who is she? Let me get to know her better and stuff. But I don't want to lie. At that moment, I was not interested in a relationship. I was not interested. A lot happened.
Yes.
A lot happened.
Yeah.
We broke up so many times.
With him.
Bangladesh, let's put more. I was a pastor already.
Oh, you were a pastor at that time?
Yeah, like I was already
Oh,
preaching.
Maru pastor was staring at
Yeah.
at a lady.
You see, I think also when he came through, I was just also from a very broken relationship.
Yeah.
And I think the relationship was also broken because of Umfundis. It's a pastor.
Oh, your previous.
Oh, your previous
Yes.
one. Oh,
Okay.
so there were
Okay.
triggers.
So,
Yeah.
I was like,
So I was
and
punished for the things that I don't know.
Yeah, not again.
So I think also for me that was it was a real trigger.
Yeah.
I was not looking, and I think I had made a decision to say, "Yabona nje indaba yabafundisi.
Yes.
Yo,
Yes.
angisayingeni.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
okay, you know." And so when that happened, and I think I felt tricked at the same time because he didn't tell me that he was a pastor.
Oh, wow.
So when the relationship,
When you were finding the rhythm
and then
now.
he invites me to his church. Okay, I go there and it's everybody who's greeting him. Hi, Mruti, Mruti. I'm like,
Aibo.
what did I get myself?
And you were already in it. Ruti Mara.
Uyantshontsha umshado.
No, but the point is that
So-
I saw a woman.
Yes.
I came in as a man,
Yes.
and that's all.
Mara, discover Ruti on the day in church.
And for me, that is a trigger. And
Sure.
of course, they probably didn't know that.
You had that trigger.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So now you're sitting there and thinking, hi, man.
I think which also is why we actually broke up many times, because I was still trying to fix my mind around the
Yeah.
fact that
This is a different Ruti now you have. It's not the same one.
yes, you know. So also in the process, it's like you're trying to heal while you're in it.
Yeah.
You know. So it's
Yeah.
yeah, there's many ouchies inside trying to heal when you are already in marriage and you have triggers of the past.
Yeah.
So, but I thank God for my husband's patience. He's a very patient man, and I think when that conversation had to
Yeah.
happen, he also had to be in a side of having to understand. Showing empathy,
Yeah.
showing
Yeah.
understanding that some of the triggers, it might not necessarily be him, but it might be the past
Yeah.
wounds that I'm still carrying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the things we always say, every time we talk to couples, is that, the day you marry the person you marry, you didn't just marry them.
Yeah.
Of course.
You marry everything around them.
Yeah.
Their past.
You,
Their
you
past,
marry
yeah.
their past, you
Yeah.
marry their, and really, while it is their it is your
My
responsibility to heal. They also have a responsibility to hold your hand.
Yes.
In the process, and so it's not their journey; it's your journey. To heal, but theirs is for them to be there. How challenging, and it may not be personal to you, but
Yeah.
I mean, how challenging often that becomes, for partners, because often you get tired quickly. You're like, oh gosh, this again. Can you get over this? I'm not that guy. Can you? How challenging? What are some of the challenges that people find, in those
Look,
circumstances?
I think firstly I'll talk to the challenge that we experienced.
Yeah.
And the first one is when they dump you, not because of you as a problem.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing is you then get to be suspected.
Oh yeah. Oh, that one.
What?
But you have nothing to do.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
You are always a suspect
Yes.
for the crime that you did not commit.
Oh, that must be the worst.
Even
Eh?
if you're not like, I didn't do anything. No,
But you look like you could.
Your title says it all.
yeah,
That becomes the worst. When like,
Exactly.
you look like you could do
you
this.
look like before.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Then you do something good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's a statement like, it is too good to be true. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yes.
So you live in that particular space, you walk around eggshells because you don't know what is it that you got to do and what you don't have to do.
Yeah.
You don't know what you have to say, what you don't have to say.
Yeah.
Whatever you say might really trigger someone.
Correct.
Whatever you don't do, thinking that you're protecting the person, might trigger someone.
Yes.
So you're always living in that particular space. But as Ruth said, and I think two things that have been very important is the aspect of empathy, really getting to understand where the other person is. And secondly, the aspect of patience. Probably the third thing that I would love to add would be being genuinely committed to your partner. That understanding that you will never have a perfect partner.
Yeah.
That you grow together. So the challenge most of the time partners are facing is that we are expecting a finished product,
polished.
a finished,
Fully
perfect
polished.
person.
Yeah.
There are certain things that are good about us. There are certain things that we will grow, and we will then be able to work on as we go along.
Yeah.
We don't get a perfect person. So that's a challenge that I think most partners are
Yeah.
facing with.
Yeah.
No, that's yeah.
So it's always sort of being in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm guilty if I speak. I'm guilty if I don't say anything.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you
Damned if you don't. Oh wow, man.
I think that's such a. I'm actually glad we took this angle, because a lot of relationships die before
Yeah.
they even begin.
Yeah.
True.
Based on the fact that,
True.
oh, please, that triggers me. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for you, Ruth, at what stage do you say this? Because there's also, I mean, we see a lot of couples ourselves. We also see the fact that they are, especially women, who will not come out in the open at the beginning to say, actually,
Yeah.
this is my past.
Yeah.
So when you deal with me, you deal with me knowing what I've been through.
Yeah.
A lot of them will keep it to themselves. But everything that the guy does just irritates them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guy actually basically sits there thinking, what have I done? You know, at what stage did you feel, okay, maybe this was the right time for me to actually start talking about the things that trigger me?
Yeah.
And how a process was that? Was it a difficult process? You know, how was that for you?
I think in the beginning it was quite difficult. Here's the thing: when you are sitting with pain causes a lot of shame at times.
Yeah.
Which is why people tend to not be vulnerable enough to share their pain, because you probably look, you've just met this person and you're thinking to yourself, should I be vulnerable enough? Will it not be used against me at a later stage? So you sort of hold back a little bit, just trying to test waters. Am I safe enough to actually express
Say this
myself?
now.
Yes. Is it now? Is it later? But that does not take away the fact that you're hurting. Whether you decide to say it now or later, you're still carrying the pain. And so I think for me, things became easier when I became honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
It
that.
became easier when I was honest to him to say, look, also the reason why I actually was not looking for a pastor was because
These
of
are
my
the
past. These are the
reasons.
reasons. And so it really caught me by surprise when I learned that you are a pastor.
I could have lost the wife.
You know what I mean?
And imagine
Yes.
if I had said that I'm a pastor, I would have lost a wife.
No,
Yeah,
of course.
so
Because
you-
I'll be
you-
like,
you
So,
were,
so
you
God
were
made
clever.
sure. No, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
To say that it's something that I have to say from the onset.
Yeah.
For me, something that was very fundamental is the aspect of that. Is the person born again or not?
Yes.
You have a solid relationship with God.
Yeah.
And Christ
Yeah.
became the foundation, firstly.
Yeah.
Because I shared with her that there were two potential ladies that I could have married.
Okay.
And the first one,
At your workplace still?
not in my
outside.
workplace. The first one was when I was still, I think I was still studying, or where was I? I think I was still studying. But the issue was to say, like, look, Mina, ngizoba mamfundisi.
Yeah. Oh, they were straight out.
Yeah, straight out.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
No, I love you, but me, mamfundisi.
Not for
Okay,
me.
cool. So I'm like, okay, if you don't want to be mamfundisi, I can't take this thing away from you.
Correct.
So it is fair enough. That's number one. The second one was like, are you going to be a full-time pastor?
She's thinking security.
Yeah, so I was thinking like,
Yeah.
yo, what do I say here? Because everything at that point in time looked like I'm going to be a full-time pastor.
Yeah.
Was this girl serious? And then like, you know, then I can't say, no, I'm not going to be a full-time pastor because I don't know what might happen
What
later.
direction? Yeah.
But the directions and the indicators, they look like this guy might go full-time.
Yeah.
But was she open though to ask? Sorry, we're talking
Why?
about someone
It's
else.
okay.
No, don't worry.
She's been here
We've
for
been here
12
for 12
years.
years.
The other one doesn't matter.
But was she open with you, or did you probe
No,
as
she was open
to
with
say, why does it matter if I'm a pastor full time?
No, I didn't ask that question. I was like, if you worried about me being a full-time pastor,
At this
and
stage,
at this
even.
stage, I think you have been honest with
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting
And
the
it's
sense
good.
to say.
It's good. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
And that was fair. And then it didn't work, right? And so you realize that probably the reputation that pastors have or they had has an impact on marriages.
Got you.
So I thank God that I did not say that first. That I'm a
Her,
pastor.
yeah.
What I was interested about was firstly that is she born again was when I met my friend.
Yeah.
And it was a coincidence. Oh, it was a divine opportunity.
Oh, a divine appointment.
Divine appointment. So a friend of mine came to see me at work also.
Yeah.
And when he came with her. So I said, hey, bro, are you good? What's happening here? 1, 2.
Are you in,
Are you
here
in? Are you out?
or what?
Yeah. Like, no, you're not in. Okay, cool. The second thing, is she born again? Yes. Okay, no, she's a woman of God. Done. Then that's what
I'll
I
take
wanted
care
to
of the rest.
I'll take care of the rest. So I think that was important for
Yeah.
me. The foundation of Christ,
Yes.
more than my function in Christ.
Got you.
Yeah.
And obviously with that, you guys journey. How long do you guys journey before you actually decide to get married?
Yeah.
It didn't take long. I think we dated for about 6 months, and my husband was like, "I'm marrying you."
Yeah.
So my proposal was very simple.
Yeah.
Here's my proposal. I love you and I want to marry you.
Yeah,
Simple.
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 Oh, so what do you call them? So that was his pickup line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I love you and I want to marry
I
you.
won't
Yeah.
yeah.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
And I know
No one
what my
feels
intentions
misled
are.
here.
Yeah.
No one feels misled here.
Like, I love you, I
Yes.
want to marry you, and I don't want to play games.
And how do you respond to that, Ruth? Come on.
That is a beautiful thing.
Ngavele ngathi, "Ncema,
Uboaz esefikile mos.
Sefile how?
ngiyothandaza."
This is coming too strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I had to. I think also because, sure, when someone says that to you, there's a lot that goes on in your mind. And you thinking, oh, this is too soon. I don't even know this person. I've not had the chance, You're still trying to find your feet, And also the fact ukuthi nje, hey, umfundisi, eish,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to navigate that as well. So fair enough, I told him, okay, give me a chance. Let me go pray about it. And I
Yeah.
did.
Oh,
I
you
went to
came
the
back.
figure.
How long
No,
did it take you to go to the
No,
mountain?
that one is a different prayer.
Okay.
So that was a prayer when I was dumped. So
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a point
It's
of
like,
the
okay,
dump.
let's put a hold on
let's
this.
put a hold on this.
Let me go
and
pray. I see. Okay, okay, okay.
And
Looks like
interestingly
there were
enough,
many moments.
yeah, so
of
I had
prayer.
I had to take her to a prayer place.
Oh, you take her.
Where you gonna leave all the signs?
He
She
offered.
must find her own prayer.
I take her to a prayer place.
He offered. I didn't force him. I told him I want to go and pray. And I'm actually going to take leave from work. And I need to
Yeah.
engage God about this. And then he's like,
I know just the place.
She knew the place.
I
I
knew
took
the
her to
place.
the place.
I would usually go there.
Yeah.
There's a place in Pretoria called
Yeah.
Lefika.
Okay.
So we go there for prayers. And then
Yes.
he's like, I'm taking you there.
Yeah.
I'm taking you there.
I hope we are not praying and now he's waiting here.
No, I
Okay.
was there for
No, it was
how
for
many-
days.
Oh, so he just showed you the place
Yeah.
and
Yeah, dropped her
and he
there,
left
and I
to
left.
for you to be with your God.
Did he leave? Did you
Okay.
see like a stone or something with written
What
yes?
signs were you looking for?
Written yes, because he would have left that stone. But on a serious note, though, because this is such a serious thing
No,
that we're
yeah.
talking about,
Yeah.
because then after, including the break, in other words, the time to go to pray and so on, how long did it take for you to get married?
How long did it take?
Look, with it for
Because
us,
we had 2 breakups, right?
Yeah.
Because the other breakup was also now then based on, I think I came from a community of pastors who were very protective of me. You
Yeah.
know, like you can't just marry anyone.
Yes.
You know, they were just
Where's another pastor?
Yeah.
No,
So
not even another
For
pastor.
them, they viewed him as a motivational speaker. A person of your caliber cannot marry.
Does he know how to exegete the word?
I get it. Yeah.
You know, so they were very protective of me. to an extent that they were really not approving of the relationship. So you caught up in between. Am I pleasing my pastor? Am I listening to how I'm feeling at this moment?
What if I go ahead and this doesn't work out? They
Who
will
do I
say
go
they
back
told
to?
me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how much of it does it depend on them?
True.
You know, I'm asking that in reality, in terms of your life. In other words, how much value did you put on their word? In other words, if they said, no, don't.
I did
would you not
consider
do
at
it?
some point, which is the reason why we actually broke up, because now I was at the stage of being confused.
Got you.
will.
Now there's a lot of voices
Naturally,
coming in,
yeah.
and then I'm like, I don't know what to
But
do.
also, I think, Ruth, naturally, you will value what they think.
Because they hold high authority
yes, in your
over-
life.
Yes.
So they may not probably make the final call. It's almost like same with family, where sometimes what your family thinks of your
Matters.
partner, as much as sometimes you'll still go ahead with whoever, but what
But
they've
it matters,
said,
yeah.
Carries weight.
it almost
does.
feels like, oh,
Yeah.
but my sister didn't feel this
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah. So it was something of
Yeah,
that nature.
yeah.
So
it
that's
was,
the second time
yeah.
when you decided to pull back. Okay.
So it was difficult.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
And what did you tell him? What did you say to him why you are breaking up?
Motivational speak.
Just like
I had to be honest with him.
Yeah.
I had to be honest with him, to an extent that
Uyahleka, uhlekani? Why are you laughing, Ruth?
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
the things that they would say to him to his face,
Yeah.
because at some point he met them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, please.
I'm sorry.
But you know what? He won. But anyway,
Yeah.
just go
because I
ahead.
think
Yeah.
the key thing is that probably the point I want to make growth is there was a delegation that was sent to come and meet me.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Was it to
assess
assess?
you.
Or?
to assess me.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
maybe the depth of your...
yeah, the whole bishop
Yeah.
traveled from Mpumalanga to come in Pretoria to assess
You-
me.
Yeah.
We had a conversation.
Ruth.
And
Was it a theological conversation?
I don't even
I'm
remember
sure.
what was the conversation.
No, but they will not say so, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Mara, they are marking your responses.
They were marking the
How
responses.
deep are they?
How deep
Yeah.
are you? Probably they were marking how I dressed.
Yes.
By that time for me, like I all-star jean.
Yeah.
I'm fagang you know, I'm not wearing a jacket.
Yes.
Because for me, I believed in being authentic.
Yeah.
I did not want to be what I am not.
Yes.
I don't want to
To
express
please.
who I am not.
Yeah.
So that was quite very clear for me to say, look, this is me. They asked me the questions they wanted to ask me. And that was it. And from then, that was it. And later in the years,
Yeah.
we sharing the pulpit and the stages with the same bishops. And they even forgot, I think.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Oh, wow.
But I think that on its own, I do appreciate it because, of course, with probably the background that Ruth is coming from,
Yep.
Yeah.
they're quite very strong from a Christian background.
Yeah.
And they've
Which
grown-
background is that? Is that assemblies or?
The evangelical church.
Okay.
Evangelical
Okay.
church.
So-
yeah.
so it was-
Even though the church broke
Okay.
up, then we
Yeah.
but
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that on its own had an impact. But I think what was more important was to say I was clear that I love Ruth and I was clear that I'm born again and how I show up
Yeah.
and the things that I do, they don't dilute my Christian character. They
Okay.
don't dilute who I am as a Christian. So I was very clear in terms of that.
Yeah.
So I still gave her space to decide on what is it that she wanted, and she made that decision. And then we continued. And the next thing was to say, like, okay, fine. I'm very clear. My late grandfather was still alive. I told him for the first time, like, hey, I want to get married, and
Yeah,
you
I
are the one
found.
who's going to negotiate the for me.
Delegation, yes.
And that was it. And after that, we got married. 12 years later, we're here.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, towards the wedding, was that like 12 months? Was like 24 months? Was it what?
It should be 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yo, the churches are very strict, eh?
Yeah, it was.
You don't
and I
just
think that
jail.
now the painful thing is that immediately after making this decision, then you lose the relationship with your pastors. They're no longer interested in you. They're no longer interested in you. So which was also a painful part for me because
Was that beautiful?
a
No.
painful.
Oh, pain. Sorry,
Painful.
I thought you said which was a beautiful part.
a very painful
I'm actually
part.
shocked.
Yeah.
It has to be like that.
It was a very painful part on my side because now it's like you're losing relationships, and you know that grief does not only come when you lose a person through death.
Yes.
It's also
Yeah.
when
When
you
they're
lose
still,
an important
alive.
relationship, when you lose things that are very significant to you.
Yeah.
So these were relationships that were significant to me.
Yeah.
And now having to lose them just because I made a choice that I love someone
Yeah.
and I want to be with someone.
Sure.
It was a very sore part.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
It took me time also to heal from that because I mean these are people who'd speak into your life.
Yeah.
These are
You
people
need them
who'd-
still.
Yes. So now having to quite have that distance simply because I chose to love someone, that was not nice.
I think that's the saddest part of Amasonto, our churches. And I also I don't think it usually even happens in marriage when somebody marries. There's that thing. It's almost like a code that is not communicated somehow.
Which is so and so must marry
Yes.
so and
So,
so.
yeah.
Because you kind of feel like it's almost even when you leave the church to go to another church. Let's say, for example, you were in another church in Mpumalanga and then you move to Pretoria.
Yeah.
If you go to a different church, it almost the previous church almost cuts you off.
Yeah.
And you kind of don't understand. Okay, but I'm still praying to the same God.
Yeah.
Nothing has
Yeah.
changed, but
Yeah.
somehow I don't know what
Yeah.
causes that.
Yeah.
I think it's change. I think it's generally people struggle accepting change.
Yeah.
Change is I mean, if you study change, the first step to actually change is resistance.
Yeah.
So there's always resistance in you that you changed. You now in a different church, and we still needed you. So probably it's fair also to say they probably also experiencing the grief of you not being
Correct.
around
Being with them.
Yes,
Yeah.
being
Okay.
with them. So they would do anything to keep you in. So I think which is the reason why at times then pastors would want to hoard people, which does not allow you now a space to grow. To say now you've reached this stage, let me allow you to grow in your own
Yes.
accord.
Oof.
Because you've reached a stage of maturity. You can now make those
can
decisions.
fly on your own.
Yeah. And also looking at it maybe from an angle of I've invested so much knowledge in you that you can now make mature decisions for yourself.
Yes.
But maybe we see things differently and then maybe that's not how they look at things. So they look at it as you left us. You leaving
Deserted us
Yeah.
in a way.
And I think the other part, from a marriage perspective,
Yeah.
often would be that would be possibly there would have been a brother that they were hoping and praying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This brother should be
this
the one
sister's
that
gonna end up with.
actually in the same church.
Yes.
The people that are like us in the church, you know, you pray God, let them be a brother that sees this sister.
Yes.
And that, so those kind of things, they do actually
Yeah.
happen as a reality. And I think that could have been one of the reasons, because I remember coincidentally we met one of the pastors, and you know, when they disrespect you right on your face, and so
That was not
and there's this pastor says to me, she introduces me and that says, okay, when I was your leader, women's ministry.
Saying that to you.
my
Says to me.
husband.
Are you
So
kidding
I
me?
mean, I'm not kidding, you know.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of like
Condescending.
condescending.
Yeah.
But who did he say to
Yeah.
for me, like Ngenangapa?
Yes,
Because
yes.
I know who I am, and I was not intimidated. And one of the things that really also have kept our marriage going is the aspect of commitment to each other's growth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That there is no competition between us.
Yes.
There is no compromising internal and external.
Yeah.
So what Ruth is what I want her to be for herself.
Yeah.
So we believe in a principle that says that individuality in marriage without offending oneness.
Oneness.
Yes.
In other words, the success that Ruth has, it is our success.
Ours.
Yeah.
And the success that I have, it is our success.
Yeah.
So for me, whether Ruth becomes better than me,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Because she is becoming what God has assigned her to do.
Yeah.
And it becomes our success. And that's basically what I have always built around ourselves to say. And I did not even want Ruth to be known as Mom Ruth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be very clear. It's to say her name is Ruth.
Yes.
She has her identity. She has her calling. She is not defined based on Modise's wife.
Yeah.
She is Ruth in her own right. She is Ruth in her own calling. God has wired her to be herself.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that a sense of even contentment from me to say, I really want you to succeed. I really want you to grow. I want you to, your growth is not to grow for me.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
growing for yourself.
For yourself.
Yourself.
That has been one of the critical things that really has been a pillar in our marriage.
Yeah.
And if we were to talk about probably, Ruth maybe might share that, around her journey to where she is at.
Yeah.
It has been a journey that we have been deliberate about it, but it was about me supporting her for her, not me supporting her for me. What is that you want for yourself?
Yeah.
And that has been quite a very important element in our marriage. So I was not intimidated. I was comfortable. If my wife succeed, we all succeed. To the point, I believe, Bramo, that her business is going to boom so much that I'm going to come as a managing director, and then she's going to be the CEO, and she's going to hire me, and I'm going to be handling the running of the business. She will
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
the therapy room. And that's it. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Because I understand her success is my success.
Yeah.
And it is the success of the whole family.
Yeah.
No, you have to be. You definitely have to be, because she came looking for information at reception. So it can't be now.
It can't be now. Like
Don't
now.
have to can now.
Yeah, no.
She can't blossom. When she came in the first place,
Yeah.
she was there seeking for information,
Exactly.
and but obviously things
Got more than that.
changed. You
Yeah.
know? So you get married, and obviously now you separate from your church. Do you what do you guys do from there? Do you find a new church perhaps that is common to both of you, or do you join his church?
Well, I joined his church.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how was that? Because I mean, he said maybe your church wasn't happy because there was a brother perhaps who was with you. Why ngekho sister ngale with you?
How?
At his church, was there no sister there, brother, in your church?
Let him speak for himself.
Because I mean, he brought someone from outside,
Yeah.
Well,
which
Yeah.
could have been now.
It could have been the case.
Why you let
know?
a woman from outside sikhona mos?
Definitely. That
Yeah.
becomes like, okay, when what do you have that we don't have? And who are you? Where are you
Ubani?
coming
Who's
from?
this?
So it comes with also
Yeah.
the aspect of resistance.
Yeah.
And who are you and that. But also, you're correct. One of the things that happens is that still here, you're also looking and probably a potential here, like not here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that on its own has its dynamics that it creates
Yeah.
for your marriage in one way or the other. And
Correct.
so one way or the other, the aspect of resistance, and then coming into a new church,
Yeah.
and equally because as from evangelical church to more of an apostolic and a prophetic church,
That was a
there's two
huge
different
change.
cultures
Yeah.
in that. So that on its own had its dynamics and its own challenges
Yeah.
for her to kind of like settle
Yeah.
and be comfortable in our church.
Yeah. And you as an associate pastor, right? Or is that how you guys call it? You call it
Not
in-house?
necessarily. It's more of even by then we're not even called pastors.
Yeah.
So the thing is that in our church, you would have almost everyone could preach.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of guys that all of us, and I think most of the guys who were at church by then, they have planted their churches.
I think it's also based on the vision of the church.
The vision of the church. Yes. So our pastor, his focus is about recognizing, raising, and releasing. So you find that people, they are being recognized for their callings, they are being developed, and then they are then released for the work of ministry. So I think probably 99% of the guys who were there, they've actually left and they have planted their churches. So,
Gotcha.
so that is one part. Then later on, as the church grows,
Yeah.
then he introduced the structure called in-house pastors. So I'm serving as one of the in-house pastors.
Yes. So it's not called associate
It's
pastor.
not called
No.
associate
Oh,
pastor.
okay,
In-house.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then with that, obviously, I want to go back to what Pindi was talking about in terms of, within the church and, sisters and what does that do to a church in general? I'm not asking, in your case, in general. And this I see obviously even with worship leaders, or somebody who is a leader or plays some prominent role in the church. They decide to go outside of the church, and bring someone in. Is there like a sense of like highball? Wasn't there people lana, pagati and stuff like that? Doesn't even if people don't say it, doesn't that carry a sense of, I don't know, people kind of feel like, oh, but
Rejection.
we're happy for you, we're happy, everything good, but there were other people here too.
Yeah, it does. And I think probably I'll use an example of the church I was at home.
Yeah.
Right? So you will definitely have people that actually even praying for you, even as parents.
That you end up together.
Yeah.
So I remember I went to preach in one church somewhere in Devon, and it was a youth conference. And after preaching, and in the evening we were sitting with the elders and that. And when they were sitting, they asked me, "Do you have ingotos?" And like, it was kind of like a deep Zulu word that I couldn't even understand.
Ingotos.
Yeah. A
So
Zulu that will be
a
understood
wife.
kwamnyang.
Yeah, exactly.
A wife to be.
I did not understand what's that.
Yeah.
So they explained it. I said like, no. And in no time,
For those who don't
understand.
understand, Ingoduso is basically the wife in waiting or a wife to be. Because someone is going to ask you, what is
Ingoduso?
Ingoduso?
Yeah.
So yes.
So in no time, one of these elders is asking for a glass of water, and specifically from a particular sister.
Oh, okay.
And then when she got here next to the table, for 5 minutes, he had a conversation with her. So I was like, okay, indirectly they are trying to say, daughter, look.
Yes.
So, and after she left, they said something very profound. They said, look, when we see a good young man, and we think for our girls in the church,
Okay.
so it is a normal thing. That like you really, even as a pastor, even as a parent,
Yeah.
you wish for
Look
your
out
children,
for
for your daughters
Correct.
to have good men.
Yeah.
So if you already have them in the house,
Yeah.
the first wish will be to say, could they just open their eyes corner down?
Yeah.
So that becomes something that is normal. But I think what then becomes very important is that, especially if you hold those prominent roles, is to really behave.
Yeah.
So that you don't find yourself by the time you get married. There is a list of sisters that their hearts are broken. And when we trace it back, we trace back because you have raised the expectations.
Yes, that is so critical. hey?
That
is
becomes
so
the
important.
critical element and that.
Because
So
I think that's where the hurt
that's
mostly
where the
comes
hurt
from.
comes from.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's basically where the hurt come from.
Yeah. And when you, man, this is so common. The examples, there are examples that are coming to mind, already. Because one of the things that happens there, you find that even the single sisters within the congregation, you raise their expectations and, you leave them for the next one and so on. Your integrity in the process.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
tarnished.
Yeah.
Gets to be so tarnished that even when you are ready to actually settle down,
Sure.
no one takes you
Serious.
seriously.
True.
Yo.
No one takes you seriously. And again, a lot of, again, when I say there's a lot of examples that comes to mind, there are ladies who have left the church,
Yes.
altogether. Because
of
of
that.
this one guy
Yes.
Yeah.
left the church. You know what I mean? And all of that. Can you speak to that? Just the pastor, the church, sometimes the pastor knows nothing about it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The pastor
I
doesn't
think
know
There's a
nothing.
busy...
There's a busy
body,
guy here,
Yeah.
but the guy is busy, hey, killing
Destroying.
destroying, a weapon of mass destruction,
Yeah.
you know, and and then the ladies are left.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that?
Yeah,
Just
and I think one of the things that then become very important, and I remember our pastor did this. What he did was that after service, one Sunday, he said, "All the brothers stay here,"
Yeah.
and it was after church.
Yeah.
And it was because there was kind of like some misbehavior that was happening.
oh yes,
Brothers
to
or
address it.
sisters,
Yeah.
and he had to address it.
Yeah.
Bruh. So I think one of the things that become very important, certain things that are put in place, like don't date, and you are dating, you don't tell your pastor.
Yeah.
And those things, they cause a lot of damage.
Yeah.
At times, it's not necessarily for the pastors because they want to control.
Yeah.
It's basically for the purpose of protection and accountability.
Yeah.
So one of the things that has to be in place is the aspect of saying that if ever there is an interest, then like he's not going to propose for you. Like, Ruth, I'm interested in this lady.
Correct.
Okay? Then if anything works and anything doesn't work, you come back like it didn't work.
Yeah.
Therefore, there's the proper guidance and proper accountability.
Yeah.
So where people are running away from accountability, you'll find that they are moving from sister A, B, C, and D.
Secrets.
Later on, you find that 5 sisters are hurt, and they are hurt by the same brother. In that.
Yeah.
So he introduced that aspect and say, like, for example, dating is not for mating.
Yeah.
Because at times you'll find that people, they will then start dating. All of a sudden, they have had intimacy and other things have happened. And it really breaks people's hearts. So putting those principles in place, it is not necessarily for control. It's also for the issue of protection and accountability. So the aspect of transparency between ourselves as young people and our pastors is very important.
Yeah.
Then if you want to keep it private, you don't want to tell your pastor, it's because you sin.
That's
Yeah.
more than likely that's the case.
That's
That's the case. Otherwise, why would you want to hide it?
Why would you want to hide
Yeah.
it? Yes, because
Yeah.
I think I told my pastor about Ruth just a day after she said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what after this first or second breakup.
No, this before the breakups. This
Oh
one.
yeah, the first yes.
The first day, not even the first day. Yes, the first yes.
Yeah.
After she said yes,
Yeah.
and that was like today. And then my pastor came to see me at work. I think it was my divine appointment.
Yeah.
So, and when I went to see him and I was with Ruth, he said, like, oh, who is this? Like, Ruti and Shadala.
Yes.
And that was it. And this is what he said to her. Here's my number. If I group her,
Yes.
Yes.
so the sense of accountability has been very important in terms of building a solid and a stable relationship.
That's cool. That's cool.
And I think it also serves as a support structure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think in the midst of dumping each other, he would drive to his place.
Yeah.
Miserable going there. And I think hearing the story from Ruti, he would say he would just come and sit the whole day and sob, drive back home. And
He will drive to
My
Mruti's
pastor's
house.
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
because it was also difficult
and
for
say-
him.
and say-
when-
and
It
say-
would be to be dumped twice.
And say Ruth was studying
Hey, Bo. It would be difficult.
So, yeah, I think he has had a lot of heartaches.
Yeah,
so-
Thinking about it now, as kids.
No. Ruth was wrong.
There was wrong.
No, Ruth was not wrong. I'm on your side, Ruth. I'm not saying.
I was trying to be a good girl to
You
my
know?
pastor.
Yeah. And also, put safeguards around you. You know what I mean? You know,
So
that's,
it was a dilemma. It was
Yeah.
a very difficult space to be in to actually even make that decision. And
yeah.
going back and forth, as much as it was difficult for him, it was difficult for me as well.
Yeah. But what convinced you to finally say, you know what? Let's
This
just
one,
jump. Let's
yeah.
just jump
This
on the
is it.
water.
Yeah.
You know, I had to, because even in me engaging with God about the relationship, I knew that this is I want to be here. Everything in me is settled being with him. But now, do I have to disappoint my pastors? So it was quite a very tough one to be in. So I just had to make that decision.
Yeah.
Because either you make the decision to leave this relationship that you love, but at the same time, I did not want to let go of a relationship or of a person that I loved based on the opinions of.
Yeah.
And
No,
in
I
as
get
much
that.
as they're elders, in as much as they are pastors, but I just felt like maybe this might be a regret that I'll sit with the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to make that decision authentically so.
Yeah.
More so that I felt that I've engaged God about this.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
settled
I mean,
with
he-
this. I'm
he-
at peace with this.
He
So-
took you to the mountain
I
to pray.
took you to the mountain. I came to pick
Honestly
you up,
now.
you
And he
know.
picked me up again.
Yeah.
And
Mara,
it was an awkward drive back home because
Yeah.
he wants to hear what did God say.
Yeah.
Would you not have
I
that
can't ask. Like I'm quiet. Like whatever God said, like,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pick you up after, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you guys went through that. And now 12 years later, 3 kids.
Yeah.
Which obviously I'm sure when those kids came, I mean, they were like, hi, bo.
Confirmation.
Hi, bo.
Confirmation.
So this is happening. That you are serious about this.
Yeah.
How is that journey, parenting for you guys?
It has not been an easy one, and simply because also the first instance of us trying to conceive, we were told that I might not conceive. So we tried and we tried, and I think for my side, it came with a lot of shame. It came with a lot of guilt. For the fact that I'm like, ooh, after all that we've been through,
Now this.
now I'm unable to give him kids.
Was
you
that
know.
medically diagnosed on your part? Okay.
Yes.
Or was it self?
No.
It
Yes,
was
we-
because medically.
medically. So we before trying for the baby, I just went for my checkup, gynae check, you know, and then all of that. Then this then comes, and then there was an op that I was supposed to do because apparently I have a retroverted womb, so I had to do an op, and then they like changed. So, but I didn't. My husband just felt that we're not gonna do that. God is gonna give us a baby. We don't have to go through all of this. And I think it was a very difficult space for me because in as much as he had to reassure me many times that
it's okay.
I did not marry you for kids. But part of me sat with so much guilt and shame that now what?
Yeah.
How long was that process though?
It didn't take long.
It didn't take long.
Didn't take long. And I think probably I'll come directly to your question. It's one of the things at that point in time, Ramo and Suspended, Ruth gave me a blank check.
Okay.
And a blank check said like, it's fine, we can go and marry another woman.
Oh wow.
So I'm not
Why? Because of this?
Because of this.
because of the report.
Yeah.
That
Ruth,
says
Mara.
that.
I felt defeated.
Yeah, because for her,
so much
being,
defeated then.
being a woman, being a wife,
Who cannot
cannot
give you
give you a child,
Yeah.
that was not a woman for her, right?
I see.
So here's the first thing. And now I get that blank check and you think about it, but I was very clear in my mind. Look, I did not marry you for a child.
for this. Yeah.
So it is something that was kind of like very important for us, and even I think for many other couples to say conception belongs to God. So whether we have children or not, I love you for who you are. I did not marry you because I want children. So that was the first part. Then the second thing that happened is that I think within the very same year, it was not long that we conceived.
Okay.
And after conceiving 3 months down the line, we miscarried.
Miscarried.
So it is from no conception to miscarriage.
Miscarriage, yeah.
Yes.
And from miscarriage, then 3 months down the line, we conceived again.
Yeah.
So, but for the fact that we were able to conceive, it then wrote off the doctor's report.
Yeah.
That said it could not conceive.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, the fact that it happened,
The fact that it happened.
that's something,
and then,
yeah.
So the pain of miscarriage, it was also really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And it was really heartbreaking for both of us. And I think most of the time when we think about miscarriage, it is often about the woman because she carried the baby.
Yeah.
But it is hardly about us as men.
Yeah.
Because the baby was not in us. But the fact is that I had connected with the baby for that 3 months. And so it was really heartbreaking. That's one of the things that we've experienced as from the conception perspective.
Yeah.
And but we saw God. And 12 years down the line, we have 3 kids, two beautiful daughters and a handsome boy.
Yeah.
And the Lord has been good.
Yeah.
And again, we then had a prematurity later on when our baby was born, really premature. It was also a very
Which one? The first, the
second
second,
one.
The second.
And,
Yeah,
and
and I
it
think
was quite
also
very
the
challenging.
firstborn as well. I had to be on bed rest for the duration of the pregnancy, so I had to close down my business,
Yeah.
leave everything that I was doing,
Sure.
and just be on bed rest
40 weeks.
for 40 weeks.
40 weeks.
Yeah, 40 weeks.
And I mean, this was after the miscarriage, I'm sure. So you,
Yes.
Yeah.
you also couldn't risk
Yeah.
losing this child
Yeah, we
again.
couldn't.
Did you go back to the same doctor that gave you the diagnosis?
No.
I'm sure you wouldn't because you'll be like, I told you, you know. Oh man, that's so.
Oh, I
that's
can imagine.
So,
Oh my God.
guys, so the premature, how long was that? The prematurity?
Sure. She was born at 24 weeks.
At 24 weeks.
She was weighing 590
590
grams.
She
She was
went down to
literally
410.
from, you could carry her with.
How to,
Your
describe,
hand.
how to describe it? How to describe her? If you look at that.
Oh yes,
yes.
My wedding band. You could literally put this in her hand and it becomes a bangle. Like
What? No.
For real.
No, you are not serious.
No
100%.
ways.
Yeah.
That ring was a bangle, literally.
You so you
you
actually
pictures.
did that.
Yes.
that's how tiny she
But
was.
guys, a life belongs to God, I'm telling
A
you.
life belongs to God.
How
100%.
does that
Yeah.
become a human being?
yeah,
That became a human being. So we saw
And,
God.
yeah.
We saw God knitting
her right in front of
before
us.
our eyes.
Wow.
I think that the most scary thing would be to see her being resuscitated many times, and you're like. And I think I got to a point where I was like, God, if you want to take her, please do, because I'm tired.
Wow.
So that was a period of 4 months in the hospital.
Yeah.
And
2 days in the
Every day.
hospital is enough.
no, not 2 days in the
No, I'm
hospital.
saying
The
2
whole-
days
the
is
whole
just
day,
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The whole day you'll be at the hospital. So you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, let's go see the baby. Because at NICU, it was only us as parents who could go. So anytime we wanted to go, like we wake up, we would go.
Because it's critical. She
It's
can
critical.
go
She can go
anytime.
anytime.
So.
She's fine 1 minute, the next minute she's not okay.
Yeah.
And out of the hospital, 2 months later, went back to Pete's. But here's another thing that's really very interesting. At that point in time, she was at home. She actually died.
Yep.
Yes,
Huh?
died. And
When you took her home.
we took her home. She stayed with us.
She was on home oxygen. I
Yes.
was
Oxygen.
tired of being in hospital.
Yeah, you wanted
with,
just to
like,
be
I'm
out.
tired. I want to go home.
Okay.
So they took her. I took her with oxygen home.
Yeah.
Died how though?
That like death, right?
Death.
So I want to make it easy for you. Listen to this
Yeah.
prayer, and you'll tell me what kind of prayer is that. I'm a pastor pray this prayer. So when they call me from work, they say come home. I'm like, this call.
There's something
There's
to
something.
it.
So I drove to get home. But this is the prayer that was prayed. I'm about to come back to life. God, we thank you for life for a period of 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So a premature baby can go without breathing for 15 seconds. She went for 45 minutes.
Without breathing.
Without breathing.
She turned black. My baby's very light skin.
Yeah.
Lips black. Black. She was black. There was no blood flow. She was just lifeless, and I was carrying her like this. And when my pastor came in, and like he wanted me to explain, I'm like, hey,
There's been a lot
I'm tired.
already.
I can't even, I don't know. And he was like, okay, let me take her. And then he went to the room where the baby was kept because we had to put her in an isolated room because of infections and stuff. And I think part of me was like, let him pray. Mina, I'm tired. And at this point, I'm thinking of Bob. I'm thinking, I'm just.
You planning already?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm there. I'm thinking, kind of this baby just got back. Is she in our policies? You know, I'm just thinking. And my pastor's praying in that room, and I'm like, and then after a very long time, and I'm thinking, I think I'm just gonna. I don't want to be rude, but I just want to go there and say, "I could write this."
Yeah.
Tandazile.
So when's enough?
Yeah, it's okay, you know. And I think part of me sat there because I was sitting in a passage. Our home had a little passage there. I was sitting down there, and I'm just like, let me stand up and I'm gathering my courage on how I'm going to say to him, stop, it's fine. And it's my pastor with his wife, and they're praying. And I just opened the door while they're praying, and I just came in and I sat down on the floor. And I'm like, okay, let me just maybe wait, maybe let's begin, let's just watch. And I tell you, because it was like already like 45 minutes, I think I came in 5 minutes prior, then the baby started coughing.
Oh.
So what were they doing at that point?
They were praying. Yeah. Oh, he was just saying a simple prayer. Like, Mabato, come back to life. God, we thank you for life. Those were the only words he was saying.
Wow.
Wow.
How old was Mabato at that time?
How many months?
She was about 6 months, 5 months or so. Because remember, she stayed
bese
in hospital
akhulile
for.
mos.
She stayed.
4 months. She was 5 months.
Yes.
Yeah. But still, because she was a micro preemie, she was still tiny.
As much as in 5 months,
because we had to
not like a
adjust
normal
the
5.
Yes, yeah.
That's not a normal 5 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, what a
Guys.
testimony.
What do you tell her now?
Yeah.
She's how old now?
She's 8.
She's 8. Oh, man. Oh,
Yo,
man.
Mabato.
She loves hearing her story
She loves
all the time. Mom, tell me about me.
Yeah.
She loves
man,
hearing
a
her
miracle
story.
Mom,
baby.
keep telling her about her.
Oh, man.
Keep
That's so
telling
cool.
What a testimony, guys.
That is such a. I mean,
Wow.
those are things that couples walk their separate paths over.
Yes.
Because the stress becomes so much.
Absolutely.
You know,
was
and
too
you feel like, I mean, in the first place, you had the challenge of, the medical
Conceiving,
diagnosis.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now this, and you kind of feel like, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think it's also even the nitty-gritty stuffs that goes in it. The stress. Now your milk runs dry in the hospital. And with micropreemies, they can't feed them anything except for breast milk. Now my milk has run out. Now it's a challenge. And it was just so many things. And I think my husband was just a pillar of strength. Wow. And I think we became a pillar of strength for each other because we had to actually go for counseling.
Yeah.
Naturally, you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
After
We
that,
had
my
to.
goodness, yeah.
Not even
had
after
to.
that, and I
It
think
was-
probably as we close it, we'll in that process,
Yeah.
because we going through this together, but we experiencing it differently.
Yeah.
And she's experiencing it from a place of she's at a hospital,
Direct,
she's with the baby.
yes.
So I have to be looking at her. I want to be strong for her. I want to be strong for the baby.
For yourself
Then
as well.
at that time
Yeah.
we don't have a car. Our car broke, and we're thinking about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And our son had to be taken back home to stay with my mom. So it was unplanned decision.
Yeah.
So that we can focus on this baby, and we're not necessarily having a conversation as more the married couple. We are focusing on the baby. That's where the conversation is at. So we found ourselves that we could grow apart in that particular space.
Yeah.
And going for therapy was one of the things that really made us to realize that where she's at and where I'm at. And in that session, I wept like a baby for the first time. And my pastor asked me a question to say, Modise, how are you? Listen to the answer. It was to say, we are fine.
Yeah.
Then he said, no, I'm not asking about many people are asking about you.
You.
How are you? That support structure is always very important, even when you're going through that. So it has been a very interesting journey around the aspect of conception. But here's what we know: conception belongs to God.
My God,
Yes.
that's such a powerful testimony. That's such a powerful, powerful testimony.
Yeah, yeah.
Conception belongs to God.
Because
Our time has run
sometimes-
out, by the way.
Yeah, because sometimes
Oh,
we think we have control over these things.
yeah, yeah.
And it's so refreshing to be reminded that it actually belongs to God.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
You
does.
can do whatever you want to do, but
yeah,
it's God who really holds the keys to these things. You know?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, what a time.
Anyway, in closing,
Yes.
in closing, our time is up, and 15 November, you guys are, you are in a marriage ministry.
Yes.
We have these conversations that you guys have. How often is it? Once a month? Is it how?
It's once a month.
It's once a month. The conversation is called the marriage conversation.
Heart to heart.
The heart-to-heart conversation.
Yes.
And then that you are taking that on a live event.
Yes.
In November. Can you tell us a little bit about that as we close?
Yes, on the 15th of November
Yeah.
at State Theatre in Pretoria,
Yeah.
from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock, we'll be hosting heart-to-heart marriage conversation.
Yeah.
This is a conversation where we want to have really authentic conversations about marriage.
Yeah.
The intention is to really build marriages, is to
Yeah.
strengthen families. It's also to open up about what we have been through so that other couples, they don't get to realize that, no, it is not only us who are going through this.
Correct.
It is not going to be a textbook
Biahambeka
conversation.
Yes.
It becomes like, what have been our challenges in the past 12 years? What have been our victories in the past 12 years? What have been our principles that have sustained us in the past 12 years?
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah.
And
Tell us about the couple that you will be having.
yes, I'm almost going there. I cannot wait to speak about the couple. So the couple that we're going to be having,
Yes.
is Mo and Tindi will be in the room. Can I have some drum roll? Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what?
man, we're looking forward to
Can't
that.
wait.
You couldn't have chosen
I
a
couldn't have
better.
chosen a better
Tindi,
couple.
come
I
on.
promise you. I couldn't have. Like, we are so excited. And we're also going to be having Bongi and Colin
That is so
in the
cool.
room.
That
We
is
are
so
so
cool.
excited. And we don't want to have too many couples.
Yes.
We want to have a few couples that are going to have a
Heart-to-heart.
heart-to-heart
Heart-to-heart.
conversation. So it's going to be,
That's gonna be really cool.
a good conversation panel,
Yeah.
engaging,
Yeah.
and it's going to be good music. And Bongi and Colin, they're going to be singing, but not only that,
Yeah.
they're also going to be speaking this
That's
year.
so
They
awesome.
are celebrating their 20 years in marriage.
Yeah.
So they're going to be sharing also from their journey. We
Yeah.
are so looking forward, and the tickets are already live at WebTicket,
Web
and
Ticket,
the
okay.
poster is already out.
Cool.
Therefore, you're going to find all the details on that. We are looking forward. I'm grateful for this couple that we are hosting.
Yes. I think let's just stop it right there before we get into trouble.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining
Oh,
us.
man. Oh,
This has
man.
been incredible.
It has been so incredible.
And really thank you so much at home or wherever you're watching from.
In the car.
We don't encourage watching from the car, but
Yeah.
thank you so much for watching, and we really hope this episode has been inspiring for you. It certainly has been inspiring for us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much. Keep subscribing. We are about to reach 40,000 subscribers.
Woohoo!
We want by
Yeah,
the
we're
end.
actually just over 39.
Yeah, by the end of the year, we are looking at 50K.
Yes,
By the
we
end of the
actually
year.
are going to do it 12.
So please, and then beginning of the year, next year, we are taking the podcast live in person for the first time, and look out for that. And February, we are. It's going to be great.
Yes.
It's going to be absolutely great. But we'll tell you more about it in the upcoming podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you had an awesome time as we did. And we catch you again next week.
Much love until we meet again.
Peace.